Hello, I am Atlantis Wigfall, CEO of Walking Testimony Entertainment, LLC. We are a Christian entertainment company located in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, producing Christian fashion shows and other social events for churches in the metropolitan area. I'm pleased to share with you today some turning points in my life that helped me along the road and deciding to become an entrepreneur, deciding to pursue a career in the entertainment business. When I was 18 years old, I moved from the Midwest in Minneapolis, Minnesota to Washington, D.C. Not knowing much about the area, the one thing I did know was that the D.C. area didn't get as much snow as Minnesota, which was such a delight for me after spending all of my elementary, middle school, and high school years trucking through the snow to get to school. I paid for a ticket, took everything I owned, packed it up, shoved it up under the Greyhound bus, and got on, and I was on about my way. Needless to say, we pulled out of the Greyhound station, and tears began to roll down my face. And I cried from Minneapolis all the way to about Milwaukee. Yeah, all the way to about Milwaukee. And for anyone who doesn't know, that's about a 6-hour drive. The bus driver stopped a couple times when we had our, the regular stops, and wondered, like, ma'am, what's wrong? Like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm just going through some things or whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, Lord, what am I doing? I have no clue what I'm doing, but it was just really, really impressed on me to just make some changes in my life. And I knew that in order to be successful, I had to kind of get away from the things that were going on in my life in Minnesota, I'd say. So finally got to DC. Still didn't really know too much. Found a job as a teller for BB&T Bank. Worked there for a while. Went to cosmetology school, which I definitely enjoyed. I had the opportunity to make up for the Bobby Jones Gospel Show, which has been a long-standing gospel television show on BET for many, many years now. So it was an honor for me to work with some of the top gospel music artists in the industry and actually, have my name in the credits. That was one of the most exciting things for me, was to watch the show and see my name roll in the credits at the end. Like, I had never had any experiences like that before. So that was something it really meant a lot to me. A few years after, I decided that I would go back to school and to get my undergraduate degree. My experience in cosmetology school, I kind of wanted to, since I didn't get a chance to go to college directly after high school, while all my classmates were filling out college applications and retaking SATs to get better scores and filling out scholarship applications, I was more so in a position of figuring out, where am I going to live, and where is my next meal going to come from. So that's kind of the spectrum I was on at that time. So I decided that I was ready to go back to school. So back in 2003, I did go to attend Bowie State University to receive my undergraduate degree in communications. During my undergrad experience, I'll just say I had a ball. I took in every opportunity that I possibly could. I don't think there were very few things on campus that I didn't participate in. I was in the marching band. I was in the peer mentors. I was in the modeling troupe. Like, I did everything just because I was kind of trying to figure it out. Even though I was a little older than everyone else, I still was in that same position to figure out, okay, here we are. You're in college. Figure it out. What do you want to do with your life? So I had such a great time in college. And the one thing that really, really stuck out to me was modeling. I started modeling my freshman year, and I really didn't think that it was going to be something that I could do for a very long time. However, I actually became the vice president of the campus organization, and we went on to win competitions. We did hair shows, and we were always in at least in the top 2 or the top 3. So that was a really good experience for me. But the thing that stuck out to me within that whole experience was the fact that all of the models, and when you look at the modeling industry, It's always based on, size and height. And, for me, I'm short, I'm 5'2", and I'm not skinny. So for me, it kind of put me in an awkward position, but the difference was I was good on the runway. So I wasn't rejected when it came to the shows, when it came to the competitions. I wasn't rejected because I was good on the runway. But in reality, when it came to the modeling industry, you wouldn't see a 5'2" thick girl on the runway. So, but moreover, what actually something that began to prick my heart was the attitudes and the mentality of some of the models. And because of the fact that, their self-esteem was at a certain level or was not at a certain level, it was all about being skinny. I'm not going to eat. I'm going to diet. I'm going to do all these crazy things to keep this shape that was basically non-existent. And when I looked at the emotional things that the models went through, like, I didn't go through all of that stuff. And it was in my opinion, it was such a shame that they went through all of that to get on the runway and walk with almost nothing on. I was always the person to, kind of censor what I wore and, censor the different things I did just because of my Christian walk and my beliefs. But I still decided to pursue my passion. So in that, in modeling for 4 years, after a while, I decided that I wanted to open up and make an avenue for young ladies to pursue modeling as a talent and as, even a hobby without having to compromise, without having to wear bikinis, without having to wear bra tops and, thongs and just different little stuff. So I decided to go ahead and start my own company. And that's where Walking Testimony Entertainment came from. Last year, 2009, I actually made it official, and we're actually doing business now as Walking Testimony. So I'm grateful for the experiences that I've had, and hopefully, I want the company to be a success. We're moving on. We're continuously doing things to grow. We're doing things to help and gain more experience. One thing I can say is that the good thing about it is to see the effect on the young women who participate in our shows, the young women who model for our company, is to see the effect of them being able to experience their passion of modeling without having to compromise their Christian values and beliefs. That's one thing that's extremely fulfilling. One last thing I will say is that I had a parent come to me and actually a couple parents come to me and really thank me for, just pursuing my vision and pursuing the company because their daughters wanted to model and they didn't necessarily want them kind of in that industry and in the atmosphere with the parties, with the industry parties. There's so many things that go on that they wanted to actually shelter their daughters from, which is very understandable because they're actually very young. But it's fulfilling to have, someone to come to you and let you know the impact that by you pursuing your dreams, what impact that has had on their lives. So hopefully my story has been intriguing or interesting to you, and thank you for your time. If you have any questions, if you'd like to contact Walking Testimony Entertainment, you can reach us at walkingtestimony.com. That's www.walkingtestimony.com.